Always keep in mind that the budget for a product photo shoot matters for any business. In this video, you'll find out how to do this in the most cost-effective way or even for free by yourself. Hi, in this video we are going to do a product photo shoot using simple vlog-style camera Sony ZV-E10 and additional lens Sigma 56mm with 1.4 aperture. Why are we going to use this particular lens but not the native one that we have here? By the native one, the default one, 16 to 50mm with f3.5 to 5.6. This is actually okay for 99% of our tasks, especially when you're doing vlogging. But if you're talking about product photos for a website, this is my favorite one for this particular camera. Today I'm working for 3dcrystal.com. They have gorgeous 3D photos, laser engraved inside crystal. The difference between the products itself is a picture. Usually it's unique for each separate client, and the shape of the crystal. Besides that the product itself is a glass, it's also require additional light base to make it look nice and require perfect cleaning in terms of fingerprints on it, any dust on the product itself. The main requirement that my client asked about is to show this crystal in real life. So we don't want to have any backdrops like blue one, black one, whatever. We really want to have this on a desk, on a shelf, on a table somewhere. And the main idea is that that background should be different. Of course, lighting conditions should be different. Of course, when client goes through and different options, they might see something similar to their space, what they have. Let's say if client looking for a product that might be placed on his working space, on his working desk, in his office, the office desk might work better. If we're talking about home and if we're talking about bedside table, it might be better to have a bed on a background, isn't it? So in our case, I'm going to do these photos and film a video showing how am I doing this. For some of you who's doing photos, it might be helpful to get sense how to organize your photo shoot processes. For those who might be looking for a professional videographer and video editor and photographer in Manchester area, you're really welcome to contact me by the details that you can see on the screen right now. Please get in touch. It will cost you nothing. I have free strategy calls for anyone who really thinks that they need my service, but they don't know how to start. Great, let's do this. And the first place where we're going to start, it's my desk. Of course, you don't need to have a lot of mess on it. You need to be prepared for this shooting. Anyways, once you remove everything that you don't really need, I would recommend you to concentrate on few things. So the first shooting place, it will going to be my desk. As you can see, it's a black color. It will work really nice for our crystal. What I'm also going to use is small LED lights like this. Why do I need those? You'll see later. They're really cheap, I would say. It's around $23, $25 each. You would be able easily to buy those either on Amazon or on AliExpress. It's up to you. What also we would need to have? We would need to have some type of small elements really that will participate in the overall picture on the screen. In this term, it will be this fake green flower. It's also going to be an Apple Watch here. My overall desk with this keyboard might also be nice. Maybe we'll use my headphones. And I have also this nice LED mic here on my table. We might use it as well. So let's take a product, let's set up our camera and start from there. So, and before shooting, we really need to prepare the crystal itself. Here is how it looks like right now, and here is what we need to do. You can't really leave any dust on it because otherwise it won't look nice. Let's take a look on it closer. You see how this product looks itself here right now. The next step is to set up our camera. And first thing we need to do is to connect our new lens for camera. As I mentioned before, you can see this is Sigma 56mm 1.4. Before we start, probably you would like to go through the settings that I would recommend you to use when you're doing your photo shoot. And with Sony ZV-E10, you would be able to get RAW and JPEG format photos. I would keep both. Right now, I'm going to just list through all 11 settings, and you would be able to do just the same thing. You would be able to pause and turn on all the settings that you would like to copy. Done. For a photo shoot, we're just working with this camera one here. Camera 2 here on the top menu. The second one is for a video. So we are working with the photo right now. This is all what we actually can film. You can see that we are going with the best possible quality that is possible. And we film this in JPEG and in RAW. We also use aspect ratio 16:9. We don't need long exposure. We don't need all other color spaces RGB. Shooting mode, manual exposure. So I wouldn't recommend you to go with any auto settings with your photo shoot. So forget about auto settings at all. Let's go here, focus area wide, focus mode continuous. It's actually the settings that I'm using for my video shoot, and I would just keep those as it is for a photo shoot as well. You can see autofocus, shutter speed, pre-after focus always on, focus frame color white, focus area auto clear off. ISO is something that will change later anyways. Flash mode, we're not using this flash mode at all. White balance, you can see what's the white balance there. That's it. The next steps are pretty straightforward. You're just experimenting with different elements on the screen and lighting position. Don't forget that you need to lighten it up, not just a object itself, a product itself, but the background. And in our case, I was need to take care about the light base on which crystal stands to make sure that it looks nice as well. To make it work really nice, my advice is to go with these 3 light sources, and you'll need at least 3 of those, and they'll cover 95% of your needs product photo shoots. I also want to emphasize that you need to do more than 5-6 photos at once, because sometimes our hands shaking, sometimes it just unfocused, whatever. I would recommend to do as many photos as possible. And for example, during this day, I got almost 600 photos of just 11 crystals. This tremendous amount of photos worth to be done, because it will save your time in future in case that something wasn't so clear. It also can happen because we have really small screen on these cameras. It shows a bit different picture than from what you'll get on the output. I would recommend you to connect your camera with your mobile phone via app. I have additional video about this, how I connected and did a video shoot exactly with this camera. I would recommend you to go with, for example, iPhone or any Android mobile phone, just because screens on mobile phone shows the real picture, the real colors, the real black and white balance that you'll get with this camera. Just keep that in mind. As a final result, once you choose the best shot of each product, you go into the Lightroom and doing your color grading and magic, maybe remove some dust, maybe add some more bright colors, whatever. On the output, you can see the results that I managed to get with this camera, and I really satisfied, I would say, with this result, especially for this camera and the price that it cost. If you're an entrepreneur who are doing this product photo shoot by yourself, having this camera, you would be able to cover 90% of your needs in video and photo shoot with your products and your vlogs and your social media content. If you would like to see the day 2 when I filmed these crystals in different places, not just on a table, take a look on a day 2 of photo shoot with 3dcrystal.com. If you would like to find more about settings for Sony ZV-E10 when you're going to record your videos, there is also a great video tutorial that I recorded and become really popular on YouTube. I'm Viktor Polyakov, an owner, co-founder, videographer, video editor at Filmorite.com. Keep in touch and see you in the next video. We'll be right back.